Good morning, good morning. Your man Diamond K in here, radioonfire.com, the Diamond K Show.com. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for tuning in. So much going on. I mean, with this Tennessee man who the feds say detonated a bomb in downtown Nashville on Christmas, it may have actually renewed some of the 5G technology paranoia that we had been seeing earlier in the year. So, investigators looking into what the motive was for Anthony Warner's alleged 5G paranoia, and if that actually motivated the bombing that happened on Christmas, injuring many people, really destroying or damaging parts of downtown Nashville. So Warner has been identified as the suspect in the bombing. He was killed in the explosion, according to the FBI. And the special agent who spoke with ABC News said that investigators are aware of certain things online. I'm talking about 5G, and they're looking into every possible motive. There was some talk that he was giving away possessions to folks in the weeks leading up to this horrific uh, uh, bombing, and some saying maybe they thought he had cancer or this or that. 5G paranoia is one of the other things that they're looking into. And when he says every possible motive, this 5G is what I really want to hone in on and really pinpoint. So that they're checking out, investigating whether or not Warner believed that 5G technology was being used to spy on Americans. This is a commonly thought of conspiracy theory. The RV that Warner had was linked to the explosion was parked outside of an AT&T building, the cell phone carrier. And the blast caused internet and cell phone service outages throughout Tennessee and some surrounding states. Now, while most service has been restored, they have not determined a motive, at least as of this broadcast. So early in 2020, conspiracy theories about 5G technology were considered one of the greatest domestic threats to the critical infrastructure. And this is according to Homeland Security. Now, 5G towers, though they emit higher frequency radio waves, um, this is this is not an issue like folks are making it out to be. Some people believe that the 5G networks could cause cancer. The American Cancer Society says that there has been very little research showing that the radio frequency waves used in the networks are more of a concern than any other forms of cellular communication. So, if you're worried about 5G, I mean, every cell phone. I mean, it's just, you know, whenever the new technology comes about, you have folks coming up with conspiracy theories, with all of this kind of stuff, and you may wonder, why is this 5G conspiracy so prevalent? Now, as I said, the investigation is continuing for the Christmas morning explosion. And with each generation, fear comes up again and again and again. Let's go back to 3G. When 3G came around, people came up with stuff and they tried to link it to SARS, which is not true. Okay. Then 4G came. And there's a long history of people linking wireless communication technologies, even before cell phones, to different diseases and things like that. Because a lot of times when people don't know, they just start. Now, what people may think is harmless conspiracy theories online can have real world impact, potentially, as we're seeing with this Christmas morning bombing. And while we're on the subject of the bombing, I really didn't like the messaging of the intentional explosion, right? If you have a bomb in your car, you drive your car somewhere, you detonate a bomb, it was intentional, all right? But because there have not been, uh, this didn't take the form of the normal uh, terrorist threat. They did not label it as such. He didn't drive into a crowded area. There was warnings that were given before, or pre-recorded warnings. So it appears that he was trying to damage the AT&T um, infrastructure, and successfully knocked it down for a while. So with the investigation leaning towards 5G conspiracy, that's a legitimate avenue for them to go down. But why are conspiracy theories about 5G technology so prevalent in the horrible year of 2020? So social media is one thing that we can point to, made it easier to access and share these conspiracies. Social media, okay? And in an emerging pandemic, the theories involving 5G really blossomed. We're in the midst of a pandemic that is out of control, and new technology is something that has been pushed to. Part of the reason that I think it has gone into overdrive, and it's in overdrive, and that it's a long conspiracy with a 50-year history at least. But this is the height of the conspiracy age that we now live in. Before, back in the 90s, when conspiracy theories were on some bootleg DVD, it was harder to spread it around. Seemed like some crockpot foolishness. But 5G is a new thing that people don't understand. And then you had COVID-19, which kind of exacerbated it. And, just the new ways for these conspiracies to be spread with the videos and in Messenger. And, it's really evolved since then. And it is definitely possible that Anthony Warner, this Christmas morning bomber in Nashville, was motivated by paranoia over 5G. It's definitely possible. But there is still a lot that the feds need to learn before we can really make that determination. So as the pandemic has gone on, and we're going into 2021, misinformation has spread online, claiming that the 5G networks were linked to the virus. This is not true. Some people suggested that 5G was being used by the global elites to spread coronavirus. Crazy talk, right? One debunked post on Facebook said that symptoms of 5G radiation include many of the same symptoms of COVID-19, including fever, shortness of breath, and nausea. I mean, some of you may have seen some of these crazy videos. And back in 2018, a theory suggested that 5G networks caused hundreds of birds to die. This was Not true. His theory was false. No 5G test occurred during the time the mysterious, startling deaths occurred. And the only person suggesting otherwise is someone with a vendetta against objective reality and 5G wireless. The fact check website Snopes said. And Newsweek actually called Tennessee a hotbed of anti 5G activity, noting that several instances where 5G towers were actually attacked at the start of December in 2019. 4 fires at cell phone towers in Memphis were believed to be intentionally set, causing over $600,000 worth of damage. So as you can see, the conspiracy theories against 5G, they want the new iPhone. They want these new phones, but the technology to push them, that is scary to some people. There's also a theory China is using 5G towers to transmit wireless communication that allows the country to spy on the United States. And, you know, this the myth is pretty low on the totem pole of possibilities. I guess you don't want to rule out, everything, but it is highly unlikely that is what is happening. Highly unlikely. It is so many. Like I said, so many theories. I'm sure that you've heard a bunch of them, but ultimately, you definitely want to find out what was the motivation for this Christmas morning bombing. But moreover, understanding that the 5G technology is not what is causing the pandemic. It is not. But definitely let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, at The Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire. Of course, I am here daily, 7 a.m., 7 p.m., and as news breaks, wherever you get your podcast, search The Diamond K Show. And hit the subscribe button and share, and give us a comment, thumbs up, whatever you feel. Thumbs down. If it's not for you, thumbs down. Do what you do. Do what you do. And send me music, djdiamondk@gmail.com. Something crazy happened on the screen. djdiamondk@gmail.com. Of course, I will be back 7 p.m. tonight. And as I said, as news breaks.